Hello, this game is Hi-Fi Rush. It's from Tango Gameworks. They previously made The Evil Within, The Evil Within 2, and I think it was Ghostwire Tokyo. Got that backwards. Anyways, this game, as you can see, it's a jaw-dropping, gorgeous, like, comic book style. It reminds you of, like, Into the Spider-Verse, The Dragon Prince on Netflix, a mix of Scott Pilgrim, Persona 5, Beautiful Joe, just all these really wonderful properties. Sort of apes those, but at the same time does its own thing. So what is this game? This game is a character action game mixed with a rhythm game. As you can see, your main character here, he's keeping rhythm the entire time with the music. Your little buddy 808 that floats over your shoulder also keeps time with the light so that you have a visual guide. But like the entire world also operates on the rhythm. You can see like different elements around you all sort of move with the beat. But yeah, it is really, really cool. I'll just say right off the bat, this game is excellent. It does so many things right and not that much wrong. So you're playing as Chai. Chai is this kind of wannabe rockstar guy. I think he has like a broken arm or something that doesn't work. He goes to a place called Vandalay Industries. They work in robotics and big tech stuff. He goes there as like a volunteer. I guess he sort of becomes a test subject. So he ends up sort of in an accident. He has an MP3 player that in the end ends up like lodged in his chest, and that's how he sort of gets the superpower to keep the rhythm with the rest of the world. He like understands the world's rhythm.
Music player in my chest. It's powering up my new robot arm. Whoa. It's making everything sync up with the beat. Let's rock.
And as you're playing, that's like the big gameplay element is you can attack, you can dodge, you can parry, all this other stuff on the beat of the rhythm. And that sort of adds to your combo meters, that adds to your damage. But anyways, he ends up encountering a robot cat called 808. He finds the person who made 808, who goes by Peppermint.
A rope snare? What are you? Cartoon character?
So she's hidden away. This place is on a giant island that's just completely dedicated to the industry. And yeah, she's trying to fight back. Chai kind of finds himself getting caught up in this, and he ends up helping her out. But he is a little bit, let's just say, not on the bright side. Peppermint's got this whole operation on lockdown, and he kind of screws things up constantly.
Well, there goes our low profile.
Come on, this is more fun. And as long as Rekka doesn't...
Attention! Rekka here! That defense was spotted in my building!
Yeah, anyways, let's get into the gameplay. I've already met another character, which I guess that's going to be a mild spoiler here. She finds another guy working on the inside called Macaron. He's been working for Vandalay Industries since the previous owners and the previous team worked there, and he was head of R&D. At the point of the game that I'm at, I think I'm about 5 hours in. We're fighting back against a guy called Zanzo, who is the current head of R&D, I believe. And he's kind of a man-child. He lets his imagination run wild, but he doesn't pay attention to the financials or anything that's costing him. So my objective right now in the game is to break as much stuff as possible on our way to fight that guy. And I am mistiming this because I'm not paying attention. You see I've got the rhythm of his fist going on right there. I have to land it in the ring, just like that. Yeah, you're also sort of doing platforming through all these areas. You're collecting different parts and gears to get upgrades. There's a whole system of like upgrades and stuff that's like, you know, RPG style stuff, but you also get new moves, you get new special moves, team up attacks, all sorts of cool stuff. As you can see in the upgrades menu, I have attacks, special attacks, items, and chips. I haven't really dealt with chips that much. They're kind of a new addition to me. But you have all sorts of different combo style attacks, which my biggest gripe, and it's my own fault, is that I am terrible at remembering these. Half the time I'm just pulling off combos by sheer luck, mashing buttons on the beat just to keep up the damage and the combo meter. But I forget what half the stuff does about 90% of the time. Like I said, my own fault, not the game's.
All staff are on this, but the cost, are you sure? Am I sure? I know what I want. and I don't want to hear about costs. Just turn it on.
Also, I forgot to mention, this guy is just basically a giant JoJo's villain.
Epic enough for you?
Chai, this is amazing! Look at that budget drain!
Still want a gift basket?
You bet I do.
It's all yours.
One of the nice, just quality of life things, you don't have to jump on the beat. You don't have to like dodge on the beat. But it does help if you do like dodge on the beat, because you can do what's called like rhythm dodging, where if you do it, you can do it up to 3 times in a row. Alright, here's one of the other things. You have to use your other characters to do different specific things, like shoot objects or break objects. I showed you Macaron sort of punching through a wall at the beginning. You have to hold her out for a little bit to aim at it.
Maybe this is more intimidating.
A little bit.
Just a little bit of an egomaniac, this one.
Right here.
Ka-ching! There goes a chunk of money.
Look, even the volcano is just like the bass drop. This is really cool. Yeah, I won't say I'm like super good at this game. I've been trying to get used to, like I said, remembering all the combos mainly is my biggest problem. But other than that, it's just sort of keeping on the rhythm. I'm pretty good at keeping on the rhythm. As long as I'm able to monitor going through the computer, or going through the controller.
Give us more notice. I don't decide when inspiration hits me. Get on my level.
Alright, these guys have shields, so you have to use Peppermint to break shields. I'm just going to sort of run away here while I get my bearings. But also these things project the shields, which I think are the, there's a couple of enemies that produce those. Like this bike guy, he's the one that sends them out. There we go. I'm gonna do my best to dodge here and parry on time. Yeah, all the enemies' attacks come out on the beat and everything. It's really a cool system, you just have to get used to it. Ah, put a shield right when I did that. Nope, nope, not trying to attack that. One thing about the parry is kind of awkward. You can just keep spamming it essentially, as long as you stay on the beat. And I don't think anything can actually hit you. But then you also just can't be offensive if you're doing that. There we go. These guys have the big shields. They can't use her. You have to switch to Macaron and use him to break the shields on those. Let's see, I gotta get one more attack here. There we go. Oh, nope. Not quite enough. Man, the other one's getting me now. Yeah, also I just keep mixing up the controls really bad. Forgetting which one does which. Yeah, you can sort of tell, like, keeping on the beat gives you extra damage and stuff. Oop, gotta watch out for the lava. Oh, nice. I didn't think that would damage him. Yeah, it didn't do too bad on that one.
Battle area barrier code crashed.
Mr. Chai, go get your gift basket.
I forgot, Macaron also has a, it's like a psychology robot named Cinnamon. All the characters obviously named after random foods and spices. Yeah, most of the gameplay is an original soundtrack by the team, but as you get to bosses, there's like soundtracks by actual rock musicians and artists like 9 Inch Nails, White Stripes, but I've switched it over to streamer mode, so streamer mode keeps those from playing in the fights. That way you don't get copyright claimed. Very nice, useful feature for people who do things like me. I'm going to try to get to Zanzo at the end here and see what the boss fight's like. I'll probably have to focus up completely, so I don't know how much talking I'm gonna do, but you guys will get to see a pretty cool thing. Gotta dodge all these. Don't quite have the shielding off yet. Yeah, just what an unexpected gem for this game to come out and be this good. A little bit easier when there's not as many enemies to deal with.
What else you got?
It's time for Magma Mania! Turn it up!
I don't know how much. The comedy's alright. It's not really my style. It's just a little bit too cheesy, but it, you know, the tone fits. So.
Are you telling me how to do my job? I just, if you're so smart, then why don't you take care of him?
There's all my special attacks there. Ooh. Okay, so these guys also lock you into a thing. We gotta parry all their attacks to one-shot them that way. I don't think I did too bad on that one. I don't know how I got a rank B when it was all A's, but you know, okay. So I realize that spoiling a boss fight at the end of a first impressions video is kind of lame, kind of antithetical. So I'm just not gonna do it here. So my main takeaways from this game: the animation quality is insane. My favorite movie is Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, and you know, seeing Hi-Fi Rush jump between 2D and 3D flawlessly was the kind of stuff that I love. Stuff that kind of pushes the boundaries for the medium. You know, beyond what most people think of when they think of animation. The soundtrack is pretty solid, and the way like even the action in the cutscenes follows the rhythm of the songs, it was awesome.
Got him!
Combat's fluid and fun. You know, it's easy to button mash, but it's hard to master. There's a lot of intricacy here, a lot of things that you can learn that will help you out on your way, make you better at playing the game. The oversaturated world and the character designs, I feel like they left, you know, straight out of a modern cartoon or a comic book. The comedy feels a little bit childish at times, but the characters are, you know, fun, and it all fits the tone of the story. And in the end, you know, fun is the most important thing to the game, and it understands being a fun game takes priority over most things. I would highly recommend you play Hi-Fi Rush. It's available on Game Pass right now. I think it's available for $30 everywhere else. Steam, Epic Games Store, probably the Windows Store too. But anyways, yeah, this game's great. Hope you guys play it. Hope you guys enjoy. And I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.